Hi, I'm Diane Sayre. I'm a LaRouche Democrat running for Congress in the state of New Jersey, one of 6 Democrats running for Congress across the country. And I just had my first exchange with New Jersey's Governor Christie. I'm sure it'll be one of many exchanges. At any rate, it's very clear that he completely disagrees with LaRouche on economic policy. He was challenged twice by myself and another supporter on the question of Glass-Steagall. He doesn't think the states should receive any money from the federal government, and was quite offended when I told him that I thought his policies were identical to Barack Obama.
Hey, a lot of politicians today are talking about cutting to help with the deficit. But 60 years ago, another president had a different approach. What he did was instead of a bailout to big banks, he instituted Glass-Steagall as part of the Banking Reform Act of 1933. And another thing he also did was to increase production by starting all types of programs and things like that. What is your take on that?
Sorry, I got to take your microphone back.
Listen, I know what you're talking about with President Roosevelt and what he did in the 1930s. Here's what I think is very different about today. We have nearly $14 trillion in debt. FDR didn't have to deal with that. He didn't have to deal with $14 trillion in debt. He was dealing with the Depression. And we are dealing with the worst economic conditions since the Depression, and we added on to that $14 trillion in debt. I don't think there's any way that you fix this problem by doing just one thing. So when you say that politics are talking about cutting, no question that we're talking about cutting now because it's been decades since we talked about cutting and actually done it. It's been decades since we've been talking about cutting, but we don't do it. We now have to actually do it. We have to walk the walk. And my party's been more guilty of this than anybody. You know, we talked the talk for a long time, and then we got in office and we did the same damn thing the Democrats did. We spent money. Because it feels good to spend money. I mean, we all know that, right? We like to spend money. It feels good to spend money, whether it's personally or whether it's as a politician. You like to spend money, most people. Our revenue's been going down every year for the last almost 4 years now. When that happens, we have a constitution that says we must balance the budget, unlike the feds. We can't print money, we can't run deficits. So I got to get in there and do the cutting. Because if I don't, the only other alternative I have is to raise your taxes again. And I didn't run to do that. So we might have a principled disagreement on some of that, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is the times are a little bit different than they were 80 years ago on Glass-Steagall and those other things. But you have seen the Congress move back towards that model of reform in the bills they just passed in Congress and the President signed regarding regulating banks. I didn't make the decision to bail out the banks. I was just hanging here doing what I do, so I can't be accountable for that. A little hot, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you called on me. I'm Diane Sayre. I'm a LaRouche Democrat running for Congress. I think you and I are going to see a lot of each other, and we're going to have a lot of disagreements.
Oh, good, okay. Just another day in New Jersey.
As you know, because we've met a lot of your friends in the field, we've been campaigning to have Obama removed from office because of his health care bailouts and the shutdown of the space program. At the risk of offending both of you, I think your policies are identical to his.
Really?
Yes.
Me and Barack Obama?
Yes.
Someone call the president immediately. He's going to need medical assistance.
Now, to be specific, I completely object to the shutdown of the ARC tunnel. I think that should be built.
Oh, good. Okay, where are you getting the money?
That's what I'm going to get to.
Okay, you're going to get to that?
Yes.
But see, everybody wants everything done.
Right.
Right, but you got the money for the ARC tunnel? It's going to be about 13, 14 billion. You got it?
No, but that's where
No?
Glass-Steagall.
Oh, well.
That's where Glass-Steagall comes in.
That's where Glass-Steagall comes in.
Yeah, we don't need
We're going to get you
windmills.
together with you.
We need nuclear power. We should have nuclear power, not windmills.
Well, do you know that 53% of New Jersey's electricity currently is supplied by nuclear power?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
That's
We're good, yeah. So we're doing pretty good on that.
Have more.
Well, we could. Too much. 53% is pretty good.
At any rate, here's my question.
All right, I'm waiting.
What I'm proposing is that you work with me to get...
You called me Obama? You're giving yourself a steep hill to climb. All right. We live in hope. Let's go.
Exactly. Change. Right?
Yes, hope and change. Yeah.
That I think the only thing governors can do, because you're right, you can't issue credit. You're stuck.
Yep.
And that's why it's urgent that these bailouts be stopped, that we get Glass-Steagall, which Obama said he would veto. And our idea is that would immediately free up money to alleviate some of these state crises. And then we actually could launch a massive industrial recovery. So that's my challenge. Now, I know you may not want to answer the working with me part right here in public.
Well, let me say that you've started to come up the hill, but you're not quite there yet. But we'll see. Listen, here's my one concern about what you're suggesting, among others, is that we cannot continue to have the federal government bail out the profit spending of the states. This is the problem with relying upon the federal government to fix our problems. We need to fix our own problems and not rely on the federal government.
For all of those listening, I would like to strongly encourage you to attend the town hall meeting that I and my colleague Rachel Brown will be holding this Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Holiday Inn in Hasbrook Heights. That's Route 17 South. And you can join us while we actually discuss the real solutions to this crisis, which begin with removing Barack Obama from office. And until that time, keeping the mustache on, no matter what they say in the U.S. news media. Thank you.